The sun may not have been out, but the crowds definitely were at this year's Zwartkops International. And what was causing all the ruckus, you may ask? Well, some pretty old ladies. Vehicles from the 60s and 70s hit the track last week Saturday for a day of golden age racing. And in true South African style, the umbrellas were up, the beers were out, the braais were on the ready, and we were in the pit lanes.
I'm in shed 1 year at the golden age of motor racing at Zwartkops, and this is where some of the big guys hang out. With me is Paolo Cavalieri. Paolo, you're driving a couple of cars today.
Yeah, it's a busy day, Stu. I've got the Ferrari 250 as usual, and Tony Viana 745, but the most exciting thing is this new Chevelle, which is a NASCAR replica, and first time out today for me and the car.
How's it going?
It's going okay. I've got lots to learn still. We've had a little bit of practice this week, but there's half a second separating the first 5 cars. We're 4 on the grid, so I'm satisfied for today. But I mean, the race will come, so we'll see in the race.
There's some big mothers that you're hanging out with in that grid. Tell us who you're up against.
Well, the biggest, of course, is our legend, Cyril. I've always said to him that watching him race is an inspiration, and that's actually why I'm driving this car today, because I've been very impressing him pedal the Galaxy over the last few years.
For those of you who don't know, Cyril van der Merwe, or Supervan, has won the South African Rally Drivers' Championship record 11 times. Other winning titles include the South African Saloon Car Championship, the Modified Saloon Car Championship, and the 1996 Castrol International Rally in Swaziland. A big name in motorsport arenas, Cyril retired in 2002, but the challenge of driving this big 1963 Ford Galaxy, a car that's been likened to an enraged hippo on roller skates, was enough to bring him out to the racetrack.
With me I've got Cyril van der Merwe, the legend in South African motorsport. And Cyril, every year for the past couple of years, comes up and drives this monster Galaxy. Cyril, tell us about this car now.
Well, it's a 63 model. It weighs about 7 tons. It does nothing right, but it's huge fun to drive.
And how did it go yesterday?
It went quite well in normal practice. Any qualifying, just in the first lap out, after the first lap, the gearbox gave a problem. So I only had 1 qualifying lap, which still put me 3rd. And they fixed the car since then, so I'm starting 3rd, and I'll have to work my way to the front again. The problem with these cars are they're so very big that it's difficult to get by.
Although for you, I'm sure you put a bit of a overtaking presence using that car's bulk.
Yeah, it's nice and big. You can sort of muscle your way through if you have to.
Yeah. Tell me, I mean, it's not the most precise racing car you've ever driven, is it?
No, I think none of those cars of that area was anything like precise, you know. Somebody, Danny van der Linde is driving that Plymouth, and he said to the guys, but the car gives no feedback. I said, you just have to live with that. There is no feedback in those cars. But I think it was huge fun, and especially in those days, you know, I was watching, and as a kid I saw these cars race, and they were always very spectacular, and I think they still are.
Spectacular they are. Big, thin, 1-seater, 2-door, 4-door, no door, you name it, and it was on the track. And one thing is for sure, the classic racing scene is not fading quietly into the night. People of every age and size were loving the golden oldies, even if they're not really sure what it is they're looking at.
Very good, I'm loving the show, it's very nice. Yeah.
Which is your favourite car?
Oh my gosh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Watching the races go past with the vehicles. Yeah, me too.
It's just been stunning. Just the sights, the sounds, the smells. The cars are just staggering. The people are really friendly. You can get as close as you want to. I just love it. It's a great day. And the bikes are all over there as well. Just been stunning.
I enjoy corner 2. It's awesome. It's where you can see a lot of the techniques that the racers use. Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's so great to have such free access to the cars and be able to see them so close up and all that kind of thing. It's a brilliant day.
It's been a lot of fun, exciting seeing all the cars. My dad's racing, so coming to support him. And everybody's doing very well.
Absolutely fantastic. You know, you come here today, you've got to get any car out of the garage that goes through scrutineering and just come out and enjoy it. It's fantastic. Show Peter puts on, just to be here with all these people and all the different cars is absolutely beautiful.
For someone coming to the Golden Age Legends meeting for the first time, I think they'd be amazed to see just how big historic car racing is in this country. With me, I have the Historic Saloons Chairman, Alan Poulter. How's it, Alan?
Well, and yourself?
Well, thanks, man. Tell me, what's been behind the great growth in historic car racing?
It's very competitive racing, and it's very clean racing. And a lot of us nostalgia in the old cars. You know, the people love old cars, and they love to see the old cars getting through this thing. Our strength is going from day to day. Our club membership's getting bigger, getting stronger. The cars are nicer. There's new models coming out, and it's very good.
Other pretties on the track included the very same vehicle driven by Judy Witter-Charlton, who competed in the low-cost single-seater Formula V Challenge. She was the first woman to win a South African national championship back in 1973. Another car that caught our eye was one from the much-loved Mustang stable and was being driven by a familiar face on Ignition GT.
It's amazing you meet you on the pits, wandering around Zwartkops, and who do I bump into but Thomas Faulkner, you normally see on Ignition next to me in the couch in the studio. Thomas, what you doing?
Stu, how you doing? I'm racing a very, very cool 1965 Ford Mustang Fastback. So I've got my first race coming up at about 11:05. Feeling a bit nervous, a bit psyched and pumped up, but it's awesome to be here.
This is your first car, race car, is that right, Thomas?
It is exactly, yeah. We debuted last year at Kyalami, and this is our second sort of race meeting. So yeah, you know.
Quite a serious bit of muscle as your very first race car.
I tell you what, it's actually fantastic to drive. It handles beautifully, got a huge amount of power. It's got a 5.7 litre Ford V8, which we imported from Ford Racing in the States. And it's kicking out in the region of about 340 kilowatts of power. So she flies.
Now, even though there was a lot of young blood hitting the track and starting off their careers, there were plenty of familiar faces around and plenty of cars that caused quite a ruckus. And who could be blamed for staring at one of the contenders in the pre-1974 ISP Sports Prototype class, the Ferrari 312 PB. And by the way, 312 PB stands for 3-litre, 12 cylinders Prototype Boxer engine.
With me, I've got the star of the Golden Age legends, Irving Laidlaw, and he's got two of the best cars we have on the track today. Irving, this is your second time in South Africa, and how's it going for you?
Well, so far only part good, part bad. I had a good race with the Aston this morning, but the Brabham, all the gears went on the start line, so that wasn't so good.
Oh damn it, so that's actually your third great car that you got here?
Well, third, yes, absolutely.
And this is the second time out for the 312P, eh?
It is indeed, and in fact I haven't driven it since last year when we had the accident here.
So, but it is going and running and
It's
all
going
that.
and running well.
Tell me, what's the sensation like driving a car like this Ferrari?
It just feels that you're part of history. It makes such a wonderful noise, it looks so elegant, and it's just so exciting to drive.
If I was you, I'd stay in second gear the whole way around the track just to hear that nice noise.
Yes, but the problem is then people pass you, and that doesn't look so good.
It doesn't. And then tell us about that very special Aston DBR2, is that right?
That's DBR2 number 1. They only built 2 of them, 1957, and a very, very beautiful car. I think one of the most beautiful cars ever built.
A very special car indeed. Not only are there only 2 in the world, with this one's sister currently residing in Canada, but it is one of the most expensive cars ever to race in South Africa, with the current owner having paid £6.3 million. Yes, I said pounds for the car.
Well, it's been another long, hard day at the racetrack. What a slog. Nothing to look at, no nice cars, no scrumptious women. Phew, what a way to earn a living. Seriously, guys, historic car racing is going from strength to strength. It raises the hairs on the back of your neck when you see some of these cars. And I must say, this for me is the happening race meeting of the year. If you want to get involved, buy yourself an old Anglia, put on a set of wide rims and come and play.